Alright guys, in honor of Batman vs. Superman coming out this week, I am reviewing all the Tim Burton through Joel Schumacher era of Batman movies. Now with that said, let's get on to the best one of all of them. Batman 1989. This movie is great. I think it is. It's damn near perfect film for me. Is there problems in it? Of course. Not too many I can describe or anything, but with that said, I'm going to get on to the good. Michael Keaton as Batman is fantastic. You don't see comedian Michael Keaton in this movie, and back when I was first watching this movie, I didn't even realize Michael Keaton was a comedian. I just thought he did Batman, man.
What are you? I'm Batman.
I didn't know he did Mr. Mom.
He's a real man.
Not a beer?
7 o'clock in the morning.
Scotch?
They threw a switch.
Go, running late. Yes, okay. Good luck.
Good home cooking. That's when he was forced to face the bare facts. His new job is a mother. Michael Keaton and Terry Garr in Mr. Mom, a mother of a comedy.
Also, Jack Nicholson in this film, great. He hams it the fuck up though. If you don't like that, don't watch this fucking movie. And I like seeing the difference between the two characters. You know, we have this wacky Joker guy over there, you know, joke buzzer and everything. And then we have this serious Batman over here trying to kick his ass. And I think that's a really good job. And even like the goons at one point, they're like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? This guy's a wacko." A compliment to this movie is the Danny Elfman score. I love the Batman theme, but what's better than the Batman theme is the fucking end theme. The end theme is badass. Listen to it. Makes you just want to jump off a rooftop with a cape and possibly die. Yeah, this is just badass. Like, I can't think of very many movies that have a badass end theme. Unless you're a Star Wars movie and not Attack the Clones, you don't have an awesome end theme. Alfred's really good in the movie, and pretty good in the movie. Like, you know, he seems just like a butler, whereas in further interpretations past the Joel Schumacher, Tim Burton era, we see Alfred evolve from just more than being a butler, which has happened in the comics, of course. Yeah, even the love interest, I think, is fine. It's nothing too amazing. I think it's a little forced, but hey, why not just shove a love interest in there for the hell of it? The Batmobile's fucking badass. That's the best Batmobile. I mean, Tumblr, I love the Tumblr. But the look of this, it just screams Batman. It's like no other car out there. That's what makes it so iconic, in my opinion. I'm going to give Batman a crisp 8.5 out of 10. That's a great rating, in my opinion, you know. I mean, I know I gave Deadpool 10 out of 10. But, you know, that film fit more my meta personality and stuff I like about it. Whereas this is like, you know, watching a Batman movie, judging it off the comics and the movie adaptation of it, you're just like, it's great, man. It's a good film. Let's move on to Batman Returns. Batman Returns. When I was a kid, I used to love this movie. Now I just realize, hey, it's a movie. It's good. It's good. Like, it's fine. Is this a particular Batman movie? I don't fucking think so. I think it's more of a Tim Burton movie. Okay, let's get on to the good stuff. We have Michael Keaton returning as Batman. That hasn't changed, which is a good thing.
But when his job pulled the plug on him...
I'm fine. You son of a...
I think in this movie more of like Batman getting into the darker, grittier part of Gotham. the love interest, which I think is Catwoman, I think she's okay, but it's not the interpretation of Catwoman I personally would have went with. But I'm not a director, so it's not the Catwoman I know. Where she falls out of building, gets cat powers from cats licking her wounds, and cat powers being like going crazy and licking yourself. Yeah. And also having 9 lives, apparently. That's always what confused me as a kid. I was always like, what the fuck does that mean? You have 9 lives. Like, could you actually get shot and die? Because there's that scene where Christopher Walken's shooting her with a gun. It's like, 1 life, 2 life, bleh. And I'm just like, what the hell's going on? Believe it or not, I actually like Danny DeVito as Oswald Cobblepot, hamming it the fuck up, of course, you know, because Tim Burton has to have one villain in this movie that has to ham it up like the Joker from the last movie, which I think is a problem, maybe, because, like I said, I like this Oswald Cobblepot, but they didn't go the gangster route that they usually go with Oswald Cobblepot and interpretations like in cartoons and stuff like that, where he owns the Iceberg Lounge and is just gangster. But anyway, with that said, what's my negatives on this movie? The bat suit, maybe, because I like the first bat suit a little bit better because it doesn't look like a brand new car, and also when you rip it off, it looks like a fruit roll-up. But yeah, and also I have to say the Danny Elfman score is not too big on, you know, I'm not too big of a fan on this one. I mean, it's just the first movie score, but, you know, they have some new parts in it. And I have a problem with that because the Danny Elfman score was so great from the last movie. You know, couldn't you introduce like a cool new end theme or beginning theme or mid theme? You know, be like one of the first people to do a mid theme in a movie. But yeah, with that said, I'm going to give Batman Returns a nice 7.1 out of 10. Yeah, I think it deserves that. You know, it's not a terrible film by any means. You know, it's fun to watch. It's great seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman, you know. Yeah.
There used to be a great tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me.
All right, Batman Forever. I forgot to mention this earlier. Something that pisses me off about the Joel Schumacher era Batman films, every trailer for these movies, Batman and Robin, Batman and Forever, they use the awesome end theme from Batman. You know what I mean? Like that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, watch.
Was that over the top?
Don't work too late.
You forgot the part where you kissed the girl.
The real game begins.
Courage now. Truth always. Batman Forever.
Joel Schumacher film. Strength and courage.
Partners?
Honor
Partners.
and loyalty.
Partners.
It all comes together.
We're going to need a bigger cave.
Batman and Robin.
I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, stranger it feels, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if this is supposed to be the same universe because Gotham looks completely different from the two. But I don't think it's interconnected in any way. Wait, of course they have references. There's one line in Batman Forever where they talk about he met a lady that was a feline or some bullshit. And they have the same Alfred and James Gordon. But besides that, it really has nothing to do with the other Batman movies. So, yeah. Batman Forever, I hate to admit this, but it's my guilty pleasure Batman movie. I'm sorry, I just love seeing Jim Carrey ham it the fuck up. And yes, does it piss me off that fucking Tommy Lee Jones is hamming it up too and they don't have a serious actual villain? Yeah, it does. Two-Face is fucking terrible in this movie because Joel Schumacher with his mocker dust went like, oh, every Batman villain has to be wacky and silly like the 60s cartoon or TV show, I mean. The Batmobile in this movie is atrocious. And what people forget is that there's bat nipples in this movie. Batman and Robin wasn't the only Batman movie to have bat nipples. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have noticed this now, but I think this movie needs more recognition for it. Chris O'Donnell in this movie, I think he's a good actor, I think, but he's just a whiner through these movies. He's wasted potential. He's like, I'm Robin. I can fight with you, Batman. It's like, shut up, little Robin. You know what the fuck he does. I do think Val Kilmer was a good casting choice for Batman because in this, I couldn't see Michael Keaton take on the mentor role that Batman could have taken. You know what I mean? Like seeing that normal dude, like with a perm, taking a little boy. Ugh, no, a little creepy. But I do think Val Kilmer taking in this 30-year-old, 20-year-old was good. Have you guys ever wondered why that happened? Like, oh, we need to just drop this kid off at your house. He's not a kid. We got Nicole Kidman in this movie. I just gotta say, Nicole Kidman is very hot in this movie. Rewatching it. Like I said, Jim Carrey hams it the fuck up. And Batmobile, not so good in this movie. They just start to get worse after this. During this. And then the Batsuit, okay. Bat nipples, though. So with that said, I'm going to give Batman Forever a 4.3 out of 10. Is it a bad movie? Yeah. It's like watching The Happening, in my opinion. You're just like critiquing it, being like, why the fuck did they choose to do these things? Is there good elements in the movie? Yeah, I do. I think that shot where Batman's under the rubble and everything and Chris O'Donnell goes down there to pick him up, I think that's a great scene because when I was a kid, I was like, holy shit, is he going to die now? Oh, nope, Robin's there. And like I said, Jim Carrey's a highlight of the film, and just watch it for him. Alright, Batman and Robin. Let's see how many ice puns I can make in this review. Iceman cometh! Get to the ice cream shack! Cool party! Freeze in hell, Batman! Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. Many reviews of this movie have pointed out that the beginning of this movie is fucking atrocious. It starts off with, I want a car. Chicks dig the car. This is why Superman works alone. Dun, 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 dun. Something I failed to mention before is the new Batman theme. It's fine. It's kind of generic a little bit and, nothing too special, but it's fine. It works for it because it's completely different from the Tim Burton films. Alfred in this movie says, I'll cancel the pizzas. George Clooney as Batman is a terrible casting choice, even though he's the real-life Bruce Wayne. Chris O'Donnell, like I said before, is a whiny little bitch. Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, do I have to say anything? She's only there for her looks, and at parts she looks atrocious, and at parts she looks very interesting. There you go, interesting. Her acting is atrocious. She talks like a porn star through most of the movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. What I've heard from this movie is this was marketed like, oh yeah, he's back to being a bad guy. He's not, it's like the Terminator again. He's a bad guy again. And I just sit there watching, yeah, this is your big bad guy coming back, Arnold. Do you hear me, Arnold? You're coming back, guy, now. Fine. Chill. I forgot Alicia Silverstone was in this movie. Hot off Clueless, playing Batgirl, which apparently James Gordon is a radio announcer in this movie. Hello, Batman. This is James Gordon. Mr. Freeze is in town. Sean Connery. If you want to slap her, you have to slap her with an open fist, not a closed fist. Alright, to wrap this up, Bat nipples, Robin nipples, didn't give Batgirl nipples. Why? Also, like, okay, I failed to mention this. The Batmobile in this movie is fucking terrible. Any Bat vehicle in this movie is fucking terrible. Because do you think Batman would ride around on that? The one thing Robin had in this movie is his suit was okay looking, and his Bat cycle didn't have any flashy lights on it. I'm gonna give Batman and Robin a stinking pile of dog shit review, and that number would be a good -1 out of 10, so it would be 1.9 out of 10. Thanks guys for watching. I had a lot of fun reviewing this movie and the rest of the movies. It was actually a lot of fun going back and watching Batman again. That movie is just fantastic. That end theme, Michael Keaton as Batman, fantastic. It's fun watching Joker in that movie. And also, people like to say that Prince album feels forced in the movie. It does, but it's fun listening to Prince in that movie because it just feels so out of place, and also it's fun to listen to Prince. My little red Corvette. If I was to rate reviewing these movies, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. It was a lot of fun to do, so I can make a video out of it and also rewatch Batman. Now, time for Daredevil. Not the movie. Show. I'm sorry, guys. I had to listen to this song again. Come on, tell me that does not want to make you go to the gym and get a pump.